For 10,000 years, the six centers of civilization have waged war against our only home, mostly with axes and plows. Those are weapons, not tools, and no peace is possible until we lay them down. Life cannot exist without death, and we are all made possible by the dead body of another. It's not killing that's domination, it's agriculture. The foods that vegetarians say will save us are the foods that destroy the world.
Agriculture is a war against the natural world. In very, very blunt terms, you take a piece of land, you clear every living thing off it, and I mean down to the bacteria, and then you plant it to human use. So instead of a very diverse, resilient community made up of millions of different creatures, all you've got is one crop, maybe a few other creatures that can survive in the corn, so mice, maybe some locusts, and then essentially humans. What this has meant around the world is that extinction is essentially the end point of this, because they have nowhere to go, they have nowhere to live, all the rest of these creatures.
Hens driven insane in battery cages are visible to vegetarians. What are invisible are all the other animals that agriculture has driven extinct. 1 million creatures exist in a tablespoon of topsoil. It's alive, and it will protect itself if we stop assaulting it. Defend the soil with your life. There is no other organism that can touch the intelligence of what goes on beneath your feet. We can pull the forest down, or we can eat the deer that live there. We can rip up the grass, or we can eat the bison that stretch across the plains. We can dam the rivers, or we can eat the fish that could feed us forever. Agriculture is turning grasslands into desert all over the world. Agriculture turns biologic processes into commodities until the soil becomes salt and dust. It's been a 10,000-year disaster, as life on Earth will tell us if we listen. The native prairie of Nebraska is 98% gone. Humans have become parasites of the soil.
98% of the old-growth forests are gone. 99% of the grasslands are gone. In a lot of countries like China, for instance, 80% of the rivers no longer support life of any kind. And all of that is simply to grow essentially 6 crops, corn, wheat, rice, soy, for humans.
You can't have it both ways, vegetarians. If you want to save this world, including its animals, you can't keep destroying it. Grass and trees provide for the animals, who in turn maintain and nourish by their simple biological functions of eating and excreting. 10,000 years of agriculture has added almost as much carbon to the atmosphere as industrialization. That is what your food, those oh-so-eco-friendly grains and beans, has done. We can dominate or we can participate, but there is no way out. The earth is literally dying for wetlands and forests, rivers and prairies, and if humans would simply step aside, the world would do the work of repairing itself, but that repair involves death. It means letting the beavers eat the trees, letting the wolves eat the beavers, and letting the soil eat us all. It means taking down every last dam and letting the salmon come home to lay their eggs and be eaten, and in the eating become the forest. This is the world as it should be, resiliently nourishing itself, a gift both given and received.